Hi, welcome to Making a Better Me, day 243 update. I'm a little late with my update. This is Friday's update, but it is Saturday. And I'm joined on the couch here with my best friend, Mr. Storm. And he likes to join me in my videos sometimes and sit with me and snuggle. And sometimes he gives me kisses. Sometimes he yawns. But yeah, so let's talk about my day. Yesterday was Friday, and I'll talk a little louder so that you can hear me here. Yesterday was Friday, and work day, pretty normal. Nothing too different than usual. Been a busy week at work, and I was pretty wiped out though by the end of the day. I actually ended up meeting up with Leanne during the lunch hour, and she came and joined me for the afternoon at Harmony Heights, was the school I was working at, which is the school she'll be working at. So she came with me and did some work at the school while I finished my day. Now after work yesterday, what happened is I want to talk about this because I think it's important to note. What happened? Sorry, lost my train of thought for a moment there. So Jessica had her car in for a service, and she was concerned that they told her that would be her last service. She had purchased a maintenance package with her car, so she had 48 months or 80,000 kilometers, whichever came first, worth of service, which essentially works out to 12 free service appointments. And when she got there, they told her that this would be her last one, or no, the next one would be her last one, and then after that she'd be paying, which she thought was odd because she was only at the 3-year mark, not even to the 3-year mark on her car. Actually, the next service would be the 3-year mark. And then they told her that, well, she had 40 months, which would be 2 more services, but that didn't make sense either because 40 months is a weird amount of time to buy a service contract for. So she looked up her purchase agreement and found the 48 months, and we went in and talked to them, and I was just there with her for moral support more than anything. The car is completely in her name, and she's pretty good at being responsible for that stuff, but she got a little bit upset about it, and she was just worried about it. So I went in with her to make sure that everything went okay. And when we were talking with the service manager about it and sorting it all out, he said, "Oh no," he said, he said, "We'll take care of you. We'll make sure you have free service through till the end of 4 years." And I said, it's funny. The service manager there, and I should mention this, is fairly new. In the last probably year and a half, I think. He's been there, and when we were talking, he said that he was sorting out some problems that had happened with the previous service manager, some things that just weren't done properly and whatnot. And I found that interesting because I recall that my maintenance package, which was included with my car purchase, when we ran out of free services, I said, "This isn't right, this is too soon." And they said, "Oh no, this is it. That's all you get." And I was thinking, and I hadn't really looked at it that carefully. I don't keep track of all those things that carefully. I assume that I can trust the business to do right by me. So anyways, Leanne went in, and I said to Leanne, I said, "Go check on that," because I just didn't have time at the time, and she was able to. She was in with the car, and so she asked about it, and they had shown her some things and said, "Oh no, you can see this, and this." So I thought, well, okay, I guess they showed her to her satisfaction that we'd received all the service. So I said, "Well, that's funny." I said to the new service manager, I said, "It seems to me that when we ran out of services that I didn't think it was correct." So he brought up the information and looked it up, and I still have 2 free service available for my car. They should have been the last 2 services probably, or even more older than that. But anyways, he said we'll make sure that those get honored. So he said, "You paid for them; they're covered." So that's a good news story about Truro Mazda, formerly Mills Mazda, and I've got to say I've been dealing with them. I've been dealing with Mazda since 2001, so 17 years, 2002 maybe, 2002 I guess. 16 years. And I've been dealing with Truro Mazda for, the bulk of that. My first purchase wasn't there, but the rest of my purchases have been from there. And I've been treated well, and I've gotten excellent service, and I've found that their mechanics there seem to know what they're doing and seem to be able to stand behind their products and fix the products properly and things like that. So I think that's really important. I'm not saying that a Mazda is any better than any other car, but I feel like the service and the care that I receive at Mills Mazda, or Truro Mazda now, has been better. And I haven't made a purchase since they become Truro Mazda, but I certainly hope that if I do continue to deal with them, that the service and customer experience will be the same for me. You get an H, Mr. Storm? So anyways, so I felt really good about that, and I was feeling pretty positive about that. But I was also pretty tired when we came home, and Leanne had just gotten home not much before me, and we weren't really sure what to eat, and we hummed and we hawed, and we tried to figure out a couple of things, and it just wasn't working out. So what we decided is we'd go out for supper, and it ended up just being Leanne and I. So we went out, we went to Frank and Gino's, which is a restaurant here in town in Truro, and probably our favorite restaurant in town. Most people, I think, would probably say that's their favorite restaurant in town. They have pretty good, decent food, and everything seems to be pretty good. We don't have a lot of great restaurants in Truro, in my opinion, and some people might say, hey, that's not right, we've got this, this, and this. But for my experiences, I don't feel like the restaurants here are my favorites. I much prefer to go to Halifax and Moncton. I find there's a lot more options that I like to eat at there. Now, granted, those are much bigger cities, but they do have things there that I just, really do prefer. So, anyways, that being said, and I will say, I got the lasagna, which is something that I've been wanting to try for years there and just never have. And Leanne got it recently, and I really liked it. And I just thought, you know what? I think I'm going to have that. And I will say something about the lasagna. It is a huge portion of food, and the price is really good. At under $20 for that amount of food, I took some home and had it for lunch today. Great value. Really, really something else there, and definitely a worthwhile menu item if you like lasagna. As long as you don't like too much cottage cheese, because there isn't a lot of cottage cheese in it, and that's how I like it. I prefer it not to be too much of that cottage cheese. So anyways, but I really enjoy it. So, and it was good as usual last night. So when we came home, I was really tired, and I think it was just I was run down from the week, and I thought to myself, I'm just going to go lie down for a minute. Liam was on the phone, and I just thought, I'm just going to go lie down for a few minutes. That was about 9 o'clock. Oh, and I forgot to mention, after we had supper, we ended up going to the grocery store and picking up a few items, and then getting gas for the car, which was getting low. So after the grocery store, we came home, and I decided I'm going to lie down. It was about 9 o'clock, and I thought I'd just lie down for a little bit, and then I'll get up and maybe go to the gym or do something. Well, that didn't happen. I crashed. I was out. I didn't really wake up until about 5:30 this morning. A little bit early, maybe 20 after 5, which put me at about 8.5 hours of sleep, which is all I can really stand. If I stay in bed longer than that, my body starts to ache, and I just can't deal with it. So I thought, well, I'm going to get up. I've got to get up fairly early anyways to go judge disc. So that was how that worked. So I was up really early today, but I did have a good night's sleep, so we'll see where that puts me tonight. Hopefully I can not fall asleep at 9 o'clock. So anyways, I'll tell you more about my Saturday. I'm halfway through the day already, but I'll tell you more about it in tomorrow's video, or tonight's video, or whatever we want to call it, in the next video. And yeah, that was about it. So we're coming into the long weekend, and it's the Labor Day weekend, so it is a long weekend. So tell me about your day. Tell me about what's going on. Let me know. Let me know what your plans are. I'd love to hear. Anyways, that's it for now. So hit that thumbs up, that like button, leave some comments below, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. That's it for now. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Good boy, Mr. Storm. My good assistant here.